Hi guys, today is Saturday, January 26, 2019. I'm back. Everything's doing really good. Ever since the depression lifted, I'm still doing good. Um, there's bad things happening, but I just roll through them. Things don't bother me, and so everything's doing well. Let's see. Oh, Wednesday was 6 years for my first top surgery, and I showed my pictures last time. Right now, I'm gathering my tax documents so I can file. And when I call to make the appointment, I get it done through the senior center, the ARP, and volunteers do it for free for seniors. So I do it there every year. And when I called, uh, they had just started taking appointments, and I was the second person. I got my foot in the door really quick because they fill up really, really quick. So I got in second, and so I'm going to be there right off the bat, one of the first appointments. So I've been putting all that together, getting all my stuff ready to go. I'm usually ready in all aspects by January 1st. I'm ready to go. I know what my income was, all that good stuff. The only thing I have to wait up on is my brokerage reports on dividends and such, and my Social Security, that formal paperwork showing what I got for the year. And so all of that, I just got all that, so I'm finalizing all that, getting ready to take, because I'm an early bird. I like to prepare ahead because I believe in glitches happening. So all of that is in the process. I took down my Christmas display. Got a lot of good remarks on it. Um, I enjoyed that. I had fun with it, and I immediately after I got it up, I started working on my Valentine display. And um, I just now took the Christmas down. Here's almost the end of January, and I had a neighbor who is not a very nice person, and he mentioned to me, he says, "Why have you still got your Christmas stuff up? Christmas is over with, New Year's is over with." And I says, "Well, let's see. Number one, I like it. Number two, it's my house. So number three, I like it." So I just now kept it, I got stuff down because I thought, well, I'm not going to take it down till I put Valentine up. So now I put Valentine up, and what's at the end of January. So, and Valentine's Day isn't until February 14th. So I'm waiting for him to say, wait a minute, it's not Valentine's Day yet, but it's pretty. And I left all the lights that I put up for Christmas because I like all those colored lights. They're pretty and they're flashing, and just keeps me company. I like looking at them, makes me feel good. So I'm just going to keep the lights up all year, 'cause, you know. Um, let's see. So, oh, the Valentine stuff. Let me show you. I did a a hanging wreath sort of thing, and it hangs in the window. And let me get it. Let me get it here. This is the this is the wreath that hangs, and it's got the little hearts at the bottom, and it hangs up in the window. So that's that. And I got a new pom pom making device, and I've gone pom pom crazy. My house is going to be pom pommed to the ninth. So I've been, in addition to the wreath, there's all these hanging pom poms in the window too. So I've been making, let me get this guy up here. I've been making pom poms, and they're all hanging in the window, and they're in reds and pinks and two different sizes. So I've been making pom poms. I sit there at night, watching TV and pom-pomming, and something else. Oh, I meant to get. I made a new hat also. Uh, I'm tempted to run out. I'm gonna run out and get it. I'll be right back. I don't know how to pause the video, so and or splice it. So, okay, here's the first one I finished. It's called a raspberry stitch. It's kind of a cluster variation. So that's that. And then I just finished another one. It's an orange one. It's called a star stitch. So there's that guy. And you can either wear it with your pom-pom up, or you can wear it down French style, Canadian style like that, or you can scrunch it down and all that. Anyway, that's the second hat. Then I've got another one going right now that I'm learning a new stitch. It's called a wave stitch. And like I said, I'm using my hats, making hats, and I'm using that purpose to learn new stitches. So I'm doing that. And I did something. See this little guy here, little hat? Well, it's not a little hat. It's a bowl. And you put it's like a hot pad. You put your bowl in it. It's like a hot pad. Because I eat 99% of the time, I eat my meals in my recliner. I don't sit at a table. And so I have my bowl and whatever, and I have my whatever. So I have my hot pad. And so I made that. And let's see, that's where the crochet's at right now. Let's see. I usually don't make political statements. I usually don't talk politics or religion. I stay off the subject. But someone said something the other day that it was a federal employee, and she made a remark that I just thought was funny. She says, "We should build his wall, but with a moat around it, then throw him in it with some alligators." I thought, yes, build the alligator wall. Okay, so there's that. That's my political statement. I feed hummingbirds. I have these little saucer type hummingbird feeders. They don't hold a lot at a time, but they're like little flying saucers, and they sit down on a stake into the ground. So they're low. I don't have hanging ones because I get a lot of wind. And if I put them hanging, they go flying all over the place. So with this time of the year, they don't have any other sources of food. So I put out warm food every 4 days now. That's how fast they're going through it. And so I put that out, and I keep checking, making sure there's enough. And when I go out there, they're sitting up in the bushes, and they just talk to me. They're telling me to hurry up, get the food in there. And I no sooner get it in there and start walking back in the house, and they head in for it. And usually hummingbirds are very territorial. These dishes have 3 holes, but you'll only have one of them at a time. In fact, I got 2 of them, and I try to place them way apart, 5-6 feet apart, because even if they're in one and they see another one over in the other one, they'll get up and chase it out. And so I get a kick out of these hummingbird feeders. You know, people buy these with like, 6, 10, whatever holes. No, you're only going to get one hummingbird. Anyway, I was sitting there in my recliner. Excuse me, that's the oatmeal. Watching them, and there was three of them sitting there, all getting along, sitting there eating more oatmeal. Ah, anyway, I was just amazed. You just don't see that. You just don't see three of them sitting there getting along. Anyway, that was cool. Uh, let's see, what else? Oh, the robins. I was really surprised about a week ago, maybe 2 weeks ago, the robins came in. And there's lots of worms this time of the year, but I just don't remember seeing them this early. And I've got a saucer out there, a bird feeder. It's just a plant saucer, but I have that and some rocks in it, and they get in there. All the birds get in there, even the hummingbirds, and they bathe. And there was one robin sitting in there just bathing and throwing water all over the place and just having a ball. And the other robins were sitting up on the fence chattering at him saying, "Would you just get out of there? Come on, come on, there's others want to use this." And he got done, and I went out there, and sure enough, he had just about drained the thing. So I put some more warm water, and then everybody else got in. Um, that's fun to watch. Let's see. I talked about the depression's doing good. There's bad things happening right now, but when I feel good like this, things don't bother me. Um, and it's something I don't know if I mentioned it, the tooth. Um, I may have mentioned it. I got a implant, post and crown, and for some reason it started wiggling, and they opened it up and the post had cracked, and it was wiggling, and so food got in it. It got infected. The dentist sent me to like an endodontist or something like that that works on that stuff, and he put me to sleep, and I thought he was going to be fixing it. He was going to go in there and try and fix it. And they put me to sleep. I woke up. I had a friend took me and was going to bring me home. And, they woke me up and I was woozy. In fact, I don't even remember from the time I first knocked out in the chair till after I got home. I don't remember any of that. We drove home and I came in. That's all. That's all a blur. Anyway, the day after surgery, I called. They had a mouth rinse they wanted me to use, and I called to find out, when do you want me to start using it? Because the instruction said, don't swish around or stuff in there. And the receptionist says, "Oh, you're not going to use it, and you need to talk to the dentist." And I thought, okay. And he said that it was much worse than he expected. There was extreme bone loss, and he wasn't sure how to fix it. And so, since I was knocked out, he couldn't discuss it with me, so he just woke me up and sent me back home. And here I thought it was fixed. So I talked to my dentist, and he says, well, he and the other guy have to talk about it and try and figure something out. And I'm thinking, oh dear. when they can't figure it out that quickly. So I talked to my dentist on Friday, and he says, well, we're still talking about it. We still don't know what to do. And when they closed me back up, I'm stitched from the front to the back in my gums. And so I go Tuesday, and they take the stitches out, and he's going to discuss with me what my options are. So I'm trying not to think about it because my dentist says it's going to be a lot of money, and I thought, no. I almost don't mind about the pain at this point. It's the pain of the dollar bill. So that's going on, but I'm just trying not to think about it. It's like, okay, it's going to happen. I'll just cut off an arm and a leg and give it to them. And there goes the budget for the winter. Let's see. I'm just kind of, life is good. I'm very happy. I'm very comfortable. That's what I wanted. I told the therapist, he says, what do you want? When I came in with the depression, I says, I just want to not be depressed. I want to just enjoy my life. Nothing special, nothing exciting, just enjoy what I have. And that's where I'm at. I'm very comfortable. I I've got a nice little house, but I couldn't seem to enjoy it. I kept focusing on the house that I'd lost. And now I'm totally enjoying my little place. I putter around. I don't feel the need to leave the house unless I have something out I want to do. I've become very much the homebody now, but I'm very comfortable. I have all the things I like to do. There's never enough time in the day for me to do all the things I want to do, all the art projects, and my creative juices have just gone crazy. And there's just so much I want to do, and I have to restrict myself to, okay, you're going to do this right now, then you'll finish it and do this. So I think I told you last time there was something else art-wise I was going to try. Well, I haven't gotten to it. So I won't even talk about it. It's something down the road, but I don't know if I'll get to it now because there's other things that I'm so passionate and focused about. Oh, the first day back to the gym after New Year's and Christmas, uh, some of the guys, we were talking, and one of the guys said, you know, I haven't hurt myself all year. Well, this is the first day back. And it's like, yeah, the day's not over with. The year's not over with. So, I wanted to tell a funny story that happened. When I lived on my property and I had lots of animals and stuff, and I wanted to try my hand at tanning skins. And I had one of my big rabbits died, and so I thought, well, I'm gonna try it out on this. So I I did the deed. I won't get into detail. I took the skin off, and one of the natural, you have to tan the skin. That's where the word tanning comes from. You have to tan it, and that uses chemicals. Well, the natural tanning, the rabbit's brain has the natural tannins in it, so that's what you use. So I wanted to keep I wanted to go through the process of drying and scraping the skin and getting it ready to be tanned. In the meantime, I wanted to save the brain and the head so that it wouldn't get deteriorated before I needed it. So I wrapped it up in plastic and I put it in the freezer. So there's an entire rabbit's head in the freezer. Well, my husband knew what it was and why it was in there. And my parents came to visit, and I heard this shriek in the kitchen. My mom had opened up the freezer, and there's a rabbit head staring at her. And I had to explain to her why there was an entire rabbit's head sitting in the freezer. So, I guess that's just about it for now. I feel good physically. Um, the transgender stuff, it's just rolling along. I've hit my one of my surgery anniversaries, and all of my labs are good. The reflux, I see the that doctor in March, and he'll review that. The anemia cleared up really quick because I got on the diet and I was taking iron supplements, and the reflux is doing fine. There again, the diet. I'm totally off the medication, and so it's just diet, and I've got all of that under control. And I'm looking around to see if there's anything else I want to talk about because, as I like to say, I'll remember something later, but since I'm making the vids a little bit closer together, um, I won't have to worry about that. So, anyway, I'll talk to you guys later.